Let's talk about, is Epic Universe delayed for 2025?
So something's not going right in there.
Bidders free, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay guys, we're back at Universal Studios Orlando. Universal just dropped everything about Epic Universe. Concept art, the name of the lands, the rides, how the Universal monsters are gonna look. So we're gonna do a whole run through of all the different concept art and what Universal announced, and then also my brutally honest thoughts about it, and then also what I'm hearing, what's actually going on within inside Epic Universe. And we're also do a couple park updates before Mardi Gras happens, the fun begins. And the shirt of the day, Revenge of the Dead Coconut Club. So on that note, let's go to the Cursed Coconut Club, see if there's any updates over there, and then we'll head into Universal Studios. Okay, so we got a little update about the Cursed Coconut Club. The American Sirens are officially coming back. They'll be back on February 10th. They will not be here for the annual pass holder preview, I believe, but they said on the Instagram they'll be back on the 10th. They didn't bring them back for Christmas until like the final week. Now they're gonna be here kind of the entire season. That's a win. Let's see if we can spot anything inside there though. I think Bitter Boy was in there. I tried to get out of here as soon as possible. I think they're doing maybe their taste testing right now for the Cursed Coconut Club menu.
NBC Sports Grill and Brew. They have a big game day. Join us for the big game. Sunday, February 11th. Minimum $100 you have to spend on food and beverage per seat. I'm good. That is insane. We're heading in. Before you know it, they'll have the Mardi Gras medallion out. Let's pop in the Universal Studios store, see if there's any merch. $19, there's a new Universal Globe mug. And then also for $19, they have a matte black Universal Globe mug, and then for $10, Universal Studios toothpick holder. A zip-up hoodie for $50. It says Universal Studios Florida there, and then on the back, there's gonna be a larger logo. It says Universal Studios Florida. $28, they have a short sleeve purple shirt, and then for $28, they have a blue short sleeve shirt. $37, they have a kids hoodie, and then for $23, they have a kids short sleeve shirt. $22 for Universal Studios Florida vanity plate. $16 for your freestyle cup holder. $22, they have a drawstring bag, and then for $30, they have this crossbody Galaxy Universal Studios bag. This is always such a really cool snow globe for ET. Give it a little shake, get the glitter going. Pop into the Universe store. This is like the Universal store that has all these collabs with different designers, so they're more expensive than the standard theme park shirt. Brand new Minions, kind of a windbreaker. Little Bob right there on an ice cream cone. There's gonna be a zipper, and on the back is a Minion. Looks like he's dancing a little bit, yeah, or just waving high. $125. There's this button-up jacket. I don't know what's going on with that. I think Gru was doing the experiment on the Minions. Poor little Minion. And then on the back you have Kevin, maybe part of the Minion, because that's how he looks. Did he like explode and now part of his body is on top of Kevin's head? This is kind of morbid. $40. There's a short sleeve shirt. We have the Minions, and then Buff Monster, I guess that's who they collabed with. For $40 they have a short sleeve t-shirt with the kind of the silhouette of a Minion, but it says Buff Monster on it, and that's gonna be the back. On the front you're gonna have, again, Kevin with the Minions brain matter on him or something. Get a new rubber ducky of Chucky, and then they have the rubber ducky of Bruce. $125 for this Felix the Cat kind of varsity jacket, and then along the sleeve it'll say Felix. Now on the back it'll say Worldwide Felix the Cat. $60 for this long sleeve shirt. It says Felix the Cat on it. There's confetti everywhere. It looks like they were testing out the Mardi Gras confetti cannons.
So on that note, let's just kind of talk about the budget cuts that are happening inside Epic Universe. A lot of budget cuts are happening, right? When they originally made all the contracts for Epic Universe, right? This is before 2020, then they shut down construction, the contracts kind of ended, then they had to kind of like redo the contract once they started rebuilding Epic Universe, so things costed a lot more. The cost of materials went up, price of Epic Universe skyrocketed, right? And then kind of inflation, kind of the raises that happen for everybody, that's why they've really had to slim back and budget cut within the theme park, and kind of the expansions right now is because of Epic Universe. Plan for like the next decade is insane that Universal has. There's so much happening, but they just need to kind of get Epic Universe open, but then within Epic Universe, we do have a on-site construction photo. Yeah, that's how it looks. Every single person I talk to who's working on the project is just like, nothing is going as they planned. Budgets keep expanding. Stuff is not working. The team members are now doing like test shifts. Let's say they were at an attraction. They are now at Epic Universe just kind of pushing a button, trying to get the rides to work. And none of the rides are really working, so they're all just kind of like frustrated. The engineers are frustrated. There is growing pains. No opening goes as planned. I know we see all the wonderful construction photos and all these announcements, but I want you to realize there's a lot of budget cuts happening. The teams are spread so thin. Construction crews are spread so thin. The problem is they're limited with the manpower they can get. There's only a certain amount of construction crews that work in the area, right? They're working on I-4 constantly, Disney, SeaWorld, hotels. Like the phone calls that I've had, it's like, oh my God, that happened today? It'll open opening day and none of us will realize anything went wrong and it'll all be perfect and wonderful. I'm sure there's a couple of you guys who are working on Epic. I know you guys are going through. Keep the hard work. You got this.
Big changes for the Mardi Gras tribute store. The entrance is now the exit. So normally you you would enter into the tribute store right here, but this is now the exit. So they put up all these shipping crates. Williams Fishing Company, Cargo, and then the Tribute Flower Company. Then the flow of traffic, you'll be exiting this way and then going out here. So don't enter in this way. You're gonna exit. A couple more little details. The lights have now been turned on for the lanterns. They've added some plants over here. So they've added a sign. So up here it says the port entrance, right? We have the riverboat in the back. That's what all the advertisements are for. And the port entrance is gonna be right over here. So then right here, this is gonna be the facade. So it's gonna say the Tribute Store and River Cruise. They've added some fun little elements over here. All right, then we have a new poster. Hard to see with the glare, but it's gonna say, welcome aboard the PS Songbird, the most luxurious paddle steamer the South has ever seen. Built by the best, for the best. Enjoy your journey along the Grand Mississippi River, New Orleans to Hannibal. So you'll come in, right? So it's almost like you're going on a dock. This is great. A little bit of elevation that's happened. A little bit of Mardi Gras coloring up there. And now let's see what is behind that door, what the creative team has come up with now. What did you just hear coming from behind the door?
Someone yelled, "F***." So something's not going right in there.
We have some luggage crates over here. Top of the 5 and dime. See if there's anything new with the Monster Makeover. This is new. They've had like a new sticker, right, to kind of blend in with the old school Hollywood theater design for the Monster Makeover. And then also around the displays, it looks like there's a new sticker. They had a little curtain right there.
I don't know how the Monster Makeover is gonna do. We still have no idea what's actually in there. Like, is it gonna be for adults? Because I think adults want to have the Monster Makeover done, because Universal's very like adult heavy park, right? All the annual pass holders are mostly in between, like, I would say their 20s and 40s. That's kind of like the main demographic of Universal, like annual pass holders. I'm almost 30, right? So we grew up in that kind of 90s era of the big push when it was like on VHS, and it was like the Burger King toys and everything, and we really dug the Universal Monsters. The newer kids have no idea who the Universal Monsters are. There's not really any new films coming out, or there were, but there's not successful. Who this is marketed towards? Will this be kids, or this will be adults? What's the price gonna be? Gonna be simple face paint, or are we gonna be in there for like a couple hours in full prosthetics? But then what happens? You just can't have adults running around with makeup in a theme park like HHN. I don't know the logistic of this. Again, I'm gonna do it. I can't wait for it to open, but we know nothing about it.
Let's talk about the new monster design for Epic Universe.
They released images of the new Universal Monsters. Not what I was expecting at all. See, not what I really wanted at all. I thought they were gonna do kind of like, you know, for like the HHN houses, they kind of do very similar to the classic films, but it's also kind of a modern take. The Wolfman just kind of looks like the evil hamster from the Goosebumps cover. Frankenstein just kind of looks like Bruce Banner changing into the Hulk. And then Dracula, it just looks like he's in a marching band. I don't know what the design was. It's also weird CGI. So I really hope throughout the land, I don't know if they'll have screens or a pre-show or something. Like, hopefully they're not CGI. The model of the Universal Monsters look very reminiscent of, if you've ever been to Spider-Man attraction, you'll have like Tom Holland live action. You cut to this like kind of a very weird, crappy CGI version of Spider-Man. That's how the Universal Monsters kind of looked, which I feel like is a disservice to the Universal Monsters, because like without the Universal Monsters, Universal would not be what it is today. And the backbone of Universal Monsters, right, is like the makeup and the prosthetics, and that's what made it special and unique. Universal Monsters better not be like computer generated. Or if there's a pre-show, there better be prosthetic live actors and not CGI, because this is clearly not concept art. You can see it's computer generated. There's too much detail in it. So it's going to be used for animation somewhere. So over to the right is gonna be Victoria Frankenstein. I had to do a double take because I literally thought it was a Call of Duty operator skin for a second. Let me know down in the comments. What do you think about the new design for the monsters?
The menu looks great.
Now I like that Universal kind of listened to everybody's critiques about the food booths over the past couple years. There was one year they didn't have any names over the booths, so we couldn't figure out where they were. All the booths have names over them. Also, the menus never really had pictures. Now the menus have pictures and proper descriptions. Stuff looks great.
So Puerto Rico, oh man, this menu. We're gonna have a pina colada, bitters free. That's what I'm talking about. There's also a QR code that you'll be able to scan for the menu. It's little details like this I love that the team is doing, right? Apartment for rent, must love jazz, and then it's been sold. But it's just a standard food booth, but they're adding these little details to make it immersive, to make it an immersive eating experience. What do we got over here? Espresso martini, no bitters, okay. The beignets are always a classic here. Over here at the New Orleans stand, we have a fried green tomato po' boy, chicken andouille jambalaya, crawfish boil, some shrimp gumbo. There's a lot of stuff here. And we got another drink, no bitters. Look at these little details. All right, so you order your food over here, and they have like a little mirror. I'm sure people will be getting little Instagrams over here. It's like somebody's luggage in their dresser. I was like, did they just leave this stuff here and not attach it? They attach it to stuff, so you can't rip it off. They got like the gator costume here, and then the crawfish costume. Colombia, some more little details have been added. It looks amazing. Got a Colombian burger. Oh man, this all looks good. And we got another drink, and you know what? There's no bitters. Just in a couple days, we will be enjoying enjoying this food here at Mardi Gras. They've added some little Mardi Gras decorations to the Beat Builder set. Bloody Mary stand. What, a chicken sandwich on here? No bitters than Bloody Mary. Over by the Alcatraz bar, this is some very interesting food also. But we have another drink, no bitters. This looks good, a little cheesecake. The other food stand over here, and we got a butterfly pea blossom tea, no bitters.
Did we do it? Is there not a single bitters in any of these drinks for Mardi Gras? This can't be real. As you know, Bitters Boy puts bitters into every single drink. Doesn't matter if it should be there or not. So we've been on kind of this war against bitters, right, for the past like year. Get him to stop putting bitters and ruining every single drink. We had a couple more food stands to go, but I think we're gonna have a bitters-free Mardi Gras.
Normally there's some food booths over here, but nothing has been set up. It looks like we're not having food booths over here. There's normally one here and then one over there.
I really hope this isn't like a HHN thing where it's like there's only a couple food booths and the lines are extremely long. You're waiting half an hour, 45 minutes to get one little thing of food.
All right, so here at the Canada stand, the menus are out. Candied bacon and onion poutine. There's also gonna be a wild mushroom vegan poutine. And we have a fire cider, no bitters. This looks great. Over here at the Mexico stand, oh, this looks good. But again, we got margaritas, no bitter.
Okay, so we popped over to Islands of Adventure. Before we go home and kind of talk about all the concept art for Epic Universe, I want to get something to eat at one of my favorite places.
Green eggs and ham, one of the best snacks you can get at Universal.
All right, the classic, you know, the buffalo chicken top, buffalo sauce, the ranch, and then the wonderful tots. One of the best bangs for your buck at a theme park. After one of these, you're gonna be full. Okay, we're heading out of Island, 10 out of 10 on that dish.
It's a must.
Nothing new with the Epic Universe Preview Center.
So on that note, let's go back to office and talk about everything. Okay guys, we're back in the office. Let's talk about every single thing that Universal Studios released today, and then also what Disney released. There's some competition now. I did receive something in the mail. There's some sort of coin up the top. Epic Universe is gonna change everything. Epic Universe is one of the biggest moments, right, in the theme park industry in decades. It's gonna change the course of the theme park industry with what they have planned and what they have designed, and also just the Universal decade that is ahead of us. Over the past couple years, I've been kind of talking about how Universal has been slowly creeping up to being the best theme park offering around, right? Disney has lacked in service. There's nothing really coming down the Disney pipeline. People who like know nothing about the theme park industry know that Super Nintendo World is coming. It's gonna bring in so many people who've never been to theme parks just to come to Epic Universe, and it's gonna change everything. I'm so excited, right? The teams have been working so hard to get this thing done. We kind of talked about it a little earlier. Just the struggles that the teams are going through, right, to build Epic Universe. It's not easy. But when Epic Universe does open, it's not gonna be a rehash of what happened for the original Universal Studios, right? The team wants to make sure it's working properly, and special, and worth, you know, coming to visit. Let's do a whole little rundown about every single thing that Universal announced on their website today. They did release a 7-minute little video. We're just gonna show you a little clip of it.
Over my 35 years, I've often been asked what my favorite ride is. My standard answer is the next one. We live by the ethos that the next thing we do is going to be better than the last thing we did. So even though we've created some really incredible experiences, we're always looking to how do we make the next one even better? And it really starts back with the origins of our business back in 1964 with the world famous Universal Tram Tour. And from there, we expanded and built the first standalone park at Universal Studios Florida, which really became about riding the movies, and that was an invention of Steven Spielberg, taking them into those stories, not just the attraction experience, but blows it out into entire worlds.
Oh man, doesn't that just like get you hyped? And then at the end, man, they hit you with the feels. There was a little cameo.
Epic Universe is built on an amazing concept. The idea that you can go into a world through some kind of a portal and you come out in a world you never could dream of, you can experience it. I think it's going to just feed the imagination of so many people of all ages.
Steven Spielberg is a creative consultant on Epic Universe. Now, Steven just recently got to walk through Epic Universe and see everything in person. Dude, Steven Spielberg is like the Walt Disney of Universal Studios. There is no Universal Studios Florida without Steven Spielberg, but seeing Steven Spielberg pop up, right, that kind of like seals the deal for Epic Universe being something special. Okay, so now let's start talking about every single thing that Universal announced. So first off, it says Universal Epic Universe opening 2025. So Universal officially released all the names for the different lands. So first off, you're gonna be walking into Celestial Park. Step into a lush green world where thrills, entertainment, dining, and shopping lead all who enter on an exhilarating journey of discovery. Now this is big because there are new rides that are not IP based, and Disney doesn't know anything about that. The universe is like, you know what, we want to have like non-IP based ride. So the first thing they showed off inside Celestial Park is going to be power up your play at the Nintendo Superstar Store. Visit the Nintendo Superstar Store for toys, apparel, souvenirs themed to Super Nintendo World, and more. We get a little shot of how it looks on the inside. The entire store is full of Nintendo toys and apparel. Gaming fans will find something to level up their fun at Super Nintendo Star Store in Celestial Park. And then there's also a new restaurant. Take a culinary trip through Asia at the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant. Step from Celestial Park into the neon streetscape of the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant, where authentic Asian flavors served at a bustling courtyard under the glow of eternal hanging lanterns. Here we get a little shot of how it's going to look inside the restaurant. Across the shimmering waters of the Neptune Pool at Celestial Park stands Atlantic, where everyone can enjoy exceptional seafood and steak, while giant illuminated fish gracefully circle above you. Atlantic is an undersea culinary fantasy inside glass walls reminiscent of an enormous Victorian aquarium. Okay, so now let's start talking about the rides. Whirl and twirl across the stars on Constellation Carousel. Ride celestial lions, dragons, bears, and more as the constellations themselves take physical form on this imaginative cosmic carousel. And then we get a little look of how the carousel is going to be looking. And now it's time to talk about the roller coaster that is coming. So it says Starfall Racers is a roller coaster across the cosmos. Blazing through the skies of Celestial Park, Starfall Racers is a dual launch racing coaster that hurls you across the cosmos. Ride a shooting star across the cosmos. Share a race across the cosmos on Starfall Racers, a breathtaking dual launch coaster reaching incredible speeds of 62 miles per hour. Board the comet and rocket to the furthest reaches of the stars at heights up to 133 feet along 5,000 feet of track. Race along an inverted crisscross known as a celestial spin in the dazzling display of blazing colors and music. And then we get another little shot of how it's going to be looking. And then they have a little fun fact. Comets light up the night sky. With no external track lighting at night, fully illuminated ride vehicles appear as comets shooting across the night sky above Celestial Park. That is going to look beautiful. So that is all the details that have been revealed about Celestial Park. Now it's time to talk about the other lands coming to Epic Universe. So we have the Dark Universe from the experiments of Dr. Victoria Frankenstein as a shadowy landscape where monsters roam. Dark Universe is a world of myth and mystery. This is the land I'm most excited for, right? I love me some Universal monsters. I cannot wait to see what the team pulls off. The only thing I'm kind of iffy about is kind of those like CGI monsters that they released. And then the next land is going to be the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, from the 1920s Paris to the 1990s British Ministry, explore international wizarding communities and the magic that connects them from the Wizarding World, Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. Now this is very strange because you have the 1930s, right? That's going to be the Fantastic Beasts era. And within the same land, you have the 1990s, which is right, the Harry Potter films. So it's going to be two different timelines in one land because the Fantastic Beasts films flopped. So they had to kind of like, oh, people like the original Harry Potter. Let's bring that in there. I don't know how the transitions are going to work between different decades. You'll probably enter the Flu Network at 88 miles an hour. Then you'll end up in the 90s. The 90s is when the original Harry Potter films are from, if you didn't know that. But the Ministry of Magic ride is going to blow people's minds. It is insane. And then the next land is going to be Super Nintendo World. At Super Nintendo World, you'll experience a new way to play, from challenging Bowser on the Mario Kart ride to venturing through Donkey Kong Country and so much more. As you know, Super Nintendo World has opened in multiple parks. If you are here in the United States, you can go out to Universal Studios Hollywood. Just a very smaller version of what we're going to be getting here at Epic. It is a blast. There's something for everyone. You truly feel like you're in the video games. And then the last land is going to be DreamWorks How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. Take to the skies and soar with dragons as you explore the colorful Viking village at the heart of Berk. Take part in wild boat battles, feast like a Viking, and more. Now, I cannot wait to watch the stage show. It's going to be happening at the How to Train Your Dragon little land. Universal also released kind of a fly-through of Epic Universal. So now let's talk about Disney. Now there's a very interesting clip posted on Twitter about Disney. It says, during a Q&A portion of the Imagineering panel at D23 Expo in 2013, WDI's current Chief Creative Officer, Bruce Vaughn, was asked about the rise of Universal Creative at the time. And this is what they had to say.
So Imagineering has led a great legacy, and it's the best at what they do. But for the first time in a long time, Universal Creative is getting noticed. How do you guys intend to fight back?
Universal with that Harry Potter thing.
Transformer.
First of all, it helps everybody when the industry actually raises the bar, and it also keeps us on our toes. At the end of the day, I feel very strongly that there's so much more to what makes a Disney park and resort so great. It's the service, it's the cast. We have so many great stories. I mean, Star Wars changed my life. I'm so glad we have this now. We have these new stories coming out. We're beginning to figure out Marvel and how we can bring that in. Avatar is going to be phenomenal. And all the new feature animation and Disney products, more pirate movies. So it's, to me, I just feel like, bring it on. Bring it on, we're ready, and no one can touch us.
Oh, that did not age well. Okay, so now let's talk about what Disney announced today. They announced a new fireworks show coming to Tokyo. It's a sneak peek at a new nighttime spectacular coming to Tokyo Disney Resort in September of 2024. For the first time ever, characters from Marvel Studios will be featured in the show at the resort. And then this is just the icing on the cake. It says, we can't share too much yet, but we can tell you there will be pyrotechnics, light, and special effects. They just said they got a blue sky concept for a fireworks show. We got nothing. We'll share more soon. Universal just dropped the mic in the next decade. And they can't even share all the information about a new fireworks show. They said there's pyrotechnics and light coming. Yes, that's a Disney nighttime fireworks show. Look, Disney is not looking too good. They need to announce stuff ASAP at D23, not just blue sky garbage that they keep doing. Like, we need proper stuff. But bad news for Epic Universe. Let's talk about, is Epic Universe delayed for 2025? It's looking like it. Now, Universal was given a time frame of summer 2025. That was what they were telling everyone, summer 2025. And they released all this concept art today. Summer has now been completely removed, and now it just says coming 2025. So it is not looking like it is coming summer 2025. It looks like it's being delayed. I'm here, what's going on the inside? It needs to be delayed. They are not ready for summer 2025 opening. I'm gonna guess fall, which is gonna be interesting because how's that gonna impact like Halloween Horror Nights and then the holidays coming to Universal Studios. Summer's at like peak time frame, but if they're not ready, they're not ready. By changing that verbiage, right, looks like Epic Universe is delayed. So guys, let me know down in the comments, which land are you most excited for at Epic Universe? I'm still Universal Monsters, and then I think the Wizarding World. I think those are the two that I'm like most hyped for at Epic Universe. I cannot wait for this thing to open. On that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button, join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm going to keep you up to date on all things Universal Studios and Epic Universe around the country. I love you all, and I'll see y'all very soon.
Bring it on.
Epic Universe is built on an amazing